Welcome to the Persistence Show. I'm Bill Wake. We're working on an app to help you with financial planning, and we're trying to switch it over to use persistence, and it's been pretty rough. We've spent several sessions on it now, so we're going to try again for today. Try again for plan. Okay. Anyway, at the end of the day, we had a couple good suggestions from Eric. Dan, welcome. Mudsark, welcome. One was, hey, you're doing save and you're using try question mark, which means if there's an error, you won't know about it. So we changed one of them during the session. I changed the other one right afterwards. So both calls to save capture the exception and print a message anyway, and exit. I think that's pretty harmless. The second suggestion was, hey, you want to work with database stuff, aren't you supposed to be bindable? And you got a bunch of stuff that's binding instead of bindable. All right, and that one I want to explore. Let's start with content view. That's the top level view. Get this down where we can see things. Okay, so in here we've got query on plans. And if you want to pass this around, it's just like observable. It's supposed to, it can work with bindable. And we're using plans down here. We pass those plans into our possibilities object, which as I look at it more and more, I'm not sure that object is super meaningful, but that's a separate separate concern. All right. So at any rate, this is going into possibilities, and in there, it's just a simple list, and I wonder if we're losing the connection to it. All right. The other place, let's see. PlanListView. All right, it's bindable to possibilities, but it's using possibilities to get to the sections, which is the plan objects, and in particular, it passes each one into an outline group. All right, and then outline group. For each, well, this does the indentation and the open and close disclosure thing. And each view, each line is a plan view. Now, let's get the type of this. Binding. Okay, so we've switched from bindable to binding. It's not clear that just because possibilities is bindable that its contents are bindable. It's I don't know. I'm not sure what to blame for this lack of knowledge on my part. I keep reading and watching and trying to catch all these things, and somehow the whole thing is just not quite there to me. But at any rate, I don't know that plans, the array, is bindable at this point. In other words, I don't know if it's connected to the model context thing. I also don't know why we're expressing model context here when we don't seem to be using it anywhere. I don't know if that makes a difference. All right, but this is binding of tree. This is presumably binding a plan, and plan view. From here on down, everybody's going binding. And, but as we get in here, like PlanListView and these things, well, at some point they want to modify stuff. Yeah, so here's a button for add plan view. We also have a button for create stream view somewhere. Yeah, so plan view. Cannot convert binding to expected type plan. Yeah, so what I did yesterday also, which I don't usually do, is did a dry run of turning things into bindable. And unfortunately, I started at the bottom, and then I got up to the content view and the the outline group and realized like, hey, that's got binding. No wonder everything else is binding. I don't know if I've messed these up. Yeah. All right, well, let's create stream view. We've worked with that one a little. Okay, and here's binding here. And this definitely, we've got model context, inserting plans, and it's not clear. Well, I don't know where it's, I guess it's putting it in the list of plans. I mean, it's theoretically putting it in the table, and the table is fetched by that top level give me the plans thing. So I don't know. I mean, it's like what's, I don't understand the difference. If this is bindable, does that matter? Now, I don't think I can just do this. It's going to complain. You didn't give me a bindable. Okay, you gave me a binding. So I'm well, I have a couple ideas, I guess. One is, and I guess I kind of knew this at one point in my life, but kind of forgot about it. The outline group, wherever that got to. Oops. Yeah, stop. In PlanListView, I think. Right. List can kind of do that. Let's see. I guess if we look at list and get its, now that's list selection. Well, maybe the documentation will be better. There's binding. I definitely saw an example that had a list view with the children, the path to the children. Oh, here we go. I guess it's this one. Children is a key path to them, and it used that to build up its own little tree. Now this, I don't know. I don't know if I saved that link. I don't know if it was a Paul Hudson one or somebody else. But I got the impression somewhere from some example that they were using a list with children. I don't know. I should have saved that link, but it's kind of a bottomless pit. All right. I think this one's going to be outline groups. Oh, no, this is kind of what we're saying. So we got list items with children of \.items to get the field of contents. So, I mean, I don't see the difference between that and an outline group, really. Now, if outline group gave me programmatic control of the disclosure arrows and stuff like that, yeah, when you pass plans around after query, are they still connected to the context? That's kind of the question I can't answer. And I'm pretty confident that this class has access to a queried list of plans. This view. Anybody else, I can't tell. But I guess my thought was, what does list do with those? Okay, so I'm just going to put something here for a moment. List of plans, children is .children. and then plan in text, whatever. Okay, and is this a bindable? Not really. Well, that was my hope, was that would somehow be a bindable plan. Now, I don't know. Let's create just another view for it and see if that makes any difference. X view. Okay, and I'm going to say it has a bindable var plan of type plan. Okay, I've got junk somewhere. All right. If we call XYZ view with this plan, do we get it from the list? Should I query in each subview? Okay, can I cover value type plan to expected binding of plan? Use wrapper instead. That's something different. Insert dollar. Did we just remove that? What about you? All right, now, well, can I instead? Well, that's just telling me to redo what I had before. Yeah, okay, I'm going to quit Xcode. We've had it up a few days. I just don't trust it. It hasn't lost its little mind. Should you query in each subview? Yeah, I guess I've definitely wondered that. I mean, we're given, at least sometimes we have the parent plan, and we could use that to query with and say, show me the children, right? So it does make sense to query there. That's so weird. Use the wrapper, insert dollar, and then it'll say, take the wrapper out. Okay, he's got a binding to a plan. All right, but I don't think it's complaining about my XYZ views. I don't know. And I said bindable here. Now, I did see something else. Yet another Paul Hudson article. What's the difference between bindable and binding? And he says it's preferable to use at bindable bindable is sometimes needed inside your view body because you want to make the whole object bindable, or you're in a list or for loop and you need to make individual items bindable. So you'd rather do at bindable, but if you can't do that, you can use, I don't know why environment has anything to do with it, but you can use bindable var user equals user to get to it. Now, I don't know how that's working. But maybe, okay, so this seems okay. All right. Now, I don't know, the place where it's going to fall apart is PlanListView. This PlanView, I mean, can I say binding var plan equals plan? How is that even like bindable? Circular reference, yeah, I agree. Can I do that? No. So I don't really understand what he's saying there. Eric, welcome back. Trying to take your advice on making things bindable. So I guess he's saying directly in your view body. I didn't know I could put anything in my view body like that. Okay, that's kind of promising. It's saying this thing wants to be bindable now. I don't know why they're not all complaining, but we're going to try making this bindable. And then well, let's work our way through. Plan composite view. Bindable. And plan view. Bindable. Okay, now going backwards. Well, no, he's got concerns too. Great stream view. Just never stops, does it? Okay. Bindable. Okay, so he's happy. Now this, I think the dollar sign's got to go, right? Yep. Okay. I'm skipping over previews for now till we get this stuff straight. Okay. Create group view. Add plan view takes the bindable. Well, everybody's unhappy with this. A lot. Okay, a bindable should pass just itself, I guess. Okay. And this one too. Create group view. Are you still okay? Cannot revert. Okay, create scenarios view. Build succeeded. Okay, now it looks like comment complaints. Okay. Well, what I think that does is bindables. Yeah. Right. There aren't many. I think it's really the create ones are the three that especially do, because they're, well, yeah, that one's not really working. Scenario stream is the only one we've really worked through. Okay, and this one definitely. Well, the thing is, the parent is what's bindable in this, and is passed in, and then we add ourselves to the parent. So, I mean, I'm hoping that that says now that the parent new plan dot parent equals parent. Yeah. Insert. Okay, that's the old way was append. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I hit run. He's supposedly running. Well, he didn't crash. Here we go. Okay. I guess it's the first time on a new thing. All right, so we're going to repeat our scenario that we've done 8 million times. We're going to throw something in here. Okay, Sal. And give ourselves some money. Create. Now, I probably should have cleared all data first. Down at that same place. Plan. Stream. What's weird is, like, this seems like what it should do. It should go to the plan and say, what's your stream? I guess let's make sure the type is stream. That would be something. Type stream. Yeah. Excuse me. So, well, I don't know. I mean, it's the same symptom. I guess maybe I should ask. I don't know if there's a way to create a stream without attaching its actual stream. Or is this losing its patience and it doesn't like optionals? I don't know. I thought optionals, this Swift data handling optionals was one of the selling points. I don't know what else we can do. Well, what's the name? Whoops. SS. Oh, so that's one of the old ones because I created Sal. Okay, so let's stop. And who knows what got put in there, right? So clear all data. Are you okay when you're empty? Yes. All right. I try and name them after the times sometime just to be careful. Get them semi-unique. Okay, so now I'm... All right, but if I... I guess the thing is, how do I know... Well, so I think Mudshark yesterday said it could take 30 seconds to save if you don't explicitly do a save, and we don't consistently save, although we do a lot. So I'm kind of hang out 10 more seconds and then quit the app, and we'll see what happens when we go back in. Okay, so I think, well, there's no quit command. Well, that's weird. We'll quit this way. Okay. Do I have to mark this with an attribute to say it's nullable? All right. We'll run again. Now, our hope is when we open My Finances, we find the value that we put there before. Yeah, I don't know. This database looking empty is just not. Okay. Let's see if we can, just to make sure this attribute is not needed. So Swift data for optional fields. When plan is created, does it have a stream right before it's called? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all it does. Okay. Oh, that's predicates. Does it have a stream? Yeah, let's make sure of that. But really, it's create stream view, and he makes a stream, sets the stream's parent, and then inserts it. So, I mean, I think that should be fine. All right. Now, I don't know why we're... Oh, okay. Optional types. Well, he doesn't seem to be worrying about it. Right. So maybe this is... are we hitting the fact that the... Okay, maybe the database is not right. So it's coming in and it's trying to ask for a stream to show it. And it's got a stream property, so I don't know how that gets there. Plan view.body.getter. Let's view plan here. Now this is the bindable backing store kind of thing. So he looks like a persistable thing. He's got a persistent model ID and so on. Why these always come up looking empty, I don't know. Is some. What does that mean? Okay, but I think we'll just get that exception again, yeah. All right, so I guess it's like work up a theory, right? That somehow, well, in some sense, the stream that we think must be there is not. Now, I mean, I'm pretty confident that this thing is creating a stream. I mean, there's nothing optional on that create. It takes whatever information it's got and it builds it, and calls make stream and sets that parent. So I think we're trying to push it into the database, but we're not getting it back out. And in what's weird to me is because it says the type is stream, it's like, I think it's probably the plan that we're after, you know, and somehow it knows it's a stream, but when it goes to try and find the information, it's not there. All right. Now, the other thing is we have this, and so far, okay, we see that it was created June 18th. Is that the right? And that was the size it was yesterday when it looked empty. But why are we... I mean, this is D99. Insert stream. Well, the only model possibilities is the model, but stream is just a struct, a codable struct. Let's pull that thing up. Okay, so I mean, he's got basically primitive or practically primitive fields. Date specifier is a little complicated, but it's an enum and it's either month, year, or string month, year, and int. So I don't think that's problematic. I mean, the codable was automatically generated. But this is weird to me. Well, maybe it's supposed to run every time in the same context, simulator context. I don't know. ABCF. Yeah, so stream's not a model. Right now, plan is the only model. I think we're gonna okay, and then the model save. Okay, so let's print new plan.id equals, and they pointedly said save can change those IDs. So we're doing this after the save. And then parent.id equals. Stable identity of the entity. All right, I'm still super puzzled that we're not seeing something in a database at this point. That's like super weird to me. I mean, I can understand if it was all scrambled up or something, but there ought to be one row per stream plus one for the My Finances. And we're seeing nothing in there. I don't know what happens. Okay, let's run again. Okay, we did person last week because it was easier. So I'm going to clear data. I'm going to add a person. Bobby, born in 58. Okay. There. And then My Finances. Okay. Well, I'm going to create a stream view. Salary 237. Okay, create that. Now, we don't have a problem viewing it when we created it. And we know that did a save, so I would say we can stop this. Run it again. Okay. Now we've got a new folder. And that's problematic too, right? I mean, is that all that's going on? We're just getting a new simulator folder and the database is empty because it's a brand new copy of some sort. All right. One of your other suggestions, Eric, yesterday was talking about configurations on that. Maybe we just do need to hard code a configuration for now. Like maybe this would work on my physical iPad because there's only one place to run it. Okay, that store is empty and that's a new place. Okay. People has Bobby. Like, how is this possible? Okay, let's copy this. Default.store to home. Well, let's do desktop. Okay, and then if I run this, yeah, it shouldn't be empty, especially after I say the people. I mean, maybe the database didn't write yet, but it certainly writes by the time we say plan. So I don't know. Okay, so this is default.store. And it's got our person table. Nothing in it. And if person doesn't have anything and plan doesn't have anything, okay, let's close this. I think we're still running, right? We haven't blown up yet. Like, how does he know Bobby's in there? We restarted the app. So, okay, I think the configuration maybe is the path to go down because this empty database where it says the database is just isn't right. Okay, let's see, Fiume app. Okay, so now we just take we just take the container for these things and it's putting it where it wants to. But all right, so let's make the configuration instead. I don't know, maybe I'll even see if he has a copy I can take. He just does this the easy way. Okay, here's one. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, in memory only is false. What else can we put on our configuration? No. I'm pretty sure I can put the address to the database. I don't need CloudCAD. Create a named configuration. Well, the default is false, so I don't really think that's a problem. Okay. And then this should be these. Yeah, I don't see this giving us anything. Schema to keep the models, yeah. Was the group containers? Yeah, we're naming the configuration. We're not telling it where to put the data. Is that on container? Oh, well, that's a good one to know. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would set that. Change the file name, that's a little different. Oh, URL. So I can do the path. Config. Is it going to let me do this? No. Not going to tell you why. No tech matches and call to initialize account paste. Yeah, okay. Name schema. Oh, I guess if it's got a URL, it cannot be stored in memory, right? But I don't think it's going to let me access my desktop directory. Really? Yeah. Recovery attempt while adding store description. This, oh, it simulates my, okay. How do you have Bobby in there? Golly. Okay. Different size. Okay, something happened. Copy to okay, and then we'll open it here. Ah, nuts. I don't even think that thing runs anymore. Okay, so desktop, get down to the S's. S246. It's smaller though, so it's not a good sign. Person, browse data. I'm puzzled. Wow, I can't believe this even runs. Well, oh, that's person. Can I do that? Count of stars from person. No such table. Oh, Z person. I'm I'm really, really lost. I gotta say, I kind of hate this configuration-y, setup-y side of things. Probably because I'm not so good at it, but I'm totally puzzled. I mean, we got a database. That's what we appear to be using. Oh, no, it isn't what we're using. Okay. I guess it creates it in configuration. Wrap them in a schema. Oh, is this progress or not progress? I think this is progress because I believe we're now in a completely fresh database. Plan and stream. Well, let me pull up both those. So plan is basically a recursive type. So it's either got the leaves are streams, and then the children. Sorry, the leaf can be the leaf can be a stream, but the interior nodes can be one of two types, ands and ors. So stream itself is just a struct. The leaves of a plan are all streams. The interior nodes are all either and trees or or trees. I think this is accurate that if you access a node and go to its parent, and then you go look in the inverse, you'll see its children will include the node we just added is the intent. Okay, but I think what's going on here is we didn't just clear all data. We got an actual brand new database, I believe, and it's empty. So I think this code I commented out, the on up here, this is the seed for the first entry of something in there. Yeah, I'd be shocked, but I've been shocked all day. Okay, Bob's not in there. So I think this is like absolute brand new database. All right, so I should be able to quit this. I probably should have created a Bob entry, but let me take this back. Okay. On up here. So now we're going to stick in my finances and run it again. And I believe it'll come up. No, he's not hard coded. We created him, Bobby, today anyway. Yeah, so now this gets created, and if I quit and I comment this out, oh, do I want to do that? Well, I think if I just start him, I believe he's still got it. Now, did I? Oh, I took that printout. Stupid. Okay, but if I add, let's add another person. Shelley, born in 27. Okay, she's there. I'm going to quit. Going to start it up. I expect her to still be there. And my finances. All right, so she is still there. All right, now, if I knew where I was, okay, let me run this now. That's like the first good sign today. Okay, I believe this is here because it was in the database, not that it hit our code again. And I believe she'll be there. Okay, but I also believe we have this now. Okay, so there's our code, our database. Small. I don't know what these other two do. And I don't think I can get this thing to open in these directories. He doesn't like to open libraries. I don't know if I can. Well, you're kind of useless. I really don't want to navigate over there. Well, okay, here's WWig. I don't even think he shows library. So yeah, he's not willing to open that. Optimization temp data. Okay, cool. All right, close this. Now, 219.14.49. Okay, that's plausible. Let's add another person, and we should see something change, right? DD, born in 87. Okay. Does not look changed. All right, so if I close this, whoops. I run it. He doesn't print that. The wall file size is changing. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll just, okay. Transactions, indexes. Now, is well, I mean, lots of times in databases they have sort of the temporary section, like they've got the version that's been on disk and solidly committed, and then they have the successive transactions that may not be committed in here, but at some point they do get committed, and then it deletes those transactions from that file. Is it possible our database is just not, that even save does not commit it to memory, to disk? There was something else. There's something you call like before you exit or something like that. Model container. No, model context. Process pending changes. No. Maybe I saw that. That's undo. It's not. Fetch, insert, modify, delete, persisting. Writes any pending inserts, changes, and deletes to the persistent storage. Okay. That's undo redo. No, I thought there was going to be another method in here that's like, call this before you lose focus. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay, again, I mean, my understanding is like save and rollback are kind of like the two things. So save. So I'm not sure whether stuff is held in memory or disk or both, but somewhere, like we saw it yesterday, even in one of the printouts for while we were debugging, there's a list of inserts, deletes, and removes held in, I think it might have been the container or the context, but this object is holding all these changes. And if you save, then it's supposed to commit those changes. And if you roll back, it just throws that list away. So it's sort of like you have a commit point when you save, and then whatever changes you make from then on are sort of pending. And then when you do a save, you lock them in, or rollback throws them away and you revert back to that previous thing. There's a checkpoint. Not here. If that is run, you can delete the wall file. Yeah, so that sort of implies the wall file is maintaining some of the state, but okay, adding something to SQL debug 1 as a launch argument in Xcode might give us more information. Okay. Let's try that. You may have to give me some direction to get to this. Is it one of these? That's left lid. Oh. Top serve Xcode. Thank you. Arguments. Is that just core? Core data? Whoops. Old message. Okay. com.apple. Oh. Sorry. Okay. And will it dump in the console here, or do we have to go dig it up somewhere? Huh. Oh, write ahead log. Okay, knowing that name. Okay, so that is the sort of pending transactions, not committed yet. And save should force those to be written, and then when it finishes, clear it out. Okay. Are we getting, oh, there we go. Oh, this is nice. Let me keep that as a note somewhere. Okay. Okay, so there's the place. Okay. Bunch of rights. All right, so we should be able to do a person. How are you in there? Okay, select ignoring a bunch of stuff. Z person T0. So we pull in all their information and it fetches 2 rows. Okay. Good. All right. So let's create one of these. Yeah. And we can see it. Did we persist it? Okay, select from Z plan. Total fetch 1 row. Oh, here's my little debugging stuff. New plan ID is 335 something. New parent ID is BEB. Okay, this has where T0 to Z parent is null. So this is fetching our top level plans. Okay. So, right, because this is the only one we had that parent equals null constraint on it, or query filter on it. So it tried fetching it. It got 1 row. Now, is there an insert? Okay. Insert into Z plan values question mark. I don't know if those are like an auditing thing or something. Remote change notification. ADB. So we've committed before we get here. This was the save. But something's funny, right? Because supposedly this is in that table, but when he goes to fetch, he only gets 1 row. Yeah, I mean that definitely did a save, which is commit. Um, Okay. Well, let's try this level 4 debug. Okay. What fake stream is optional? Yeah, I mean the thing is this will show it as a stream, right? But I don't know if we have anything else optional going on in there. Well, we do. We have plan question mark. We have children question mark. None of them are blowing up. But, I think I don't know. All right, let's see where we are. We're here, right? ADAB. Okay. And that's getting bigger and bigger. That's not done. Like, how do I commit this thing? Okay, the other thing that make me wonder, going back, I forget whose remark, but the create stream view, it's like I almost wonder if we should be fetching the children and adding something to that. But this is kind of testing my trust in what I know about relationships. But I thought if you muck with one side, that Swift data would automatically take care of the other side. So if I set my parent to a particular plan, it should go to that plan and say, hey, what's your inverse? Oh, plan.children. Okay, we'll write the child to the other side of the relationship. But according to this, 1449, this has not changed since it, well, I don't know if that's changed or created date, I guess. The size hasn't changed since it started. And that makes me wonder. And the wall is not really a SQL database or SQLite database, so we can't really do anything there. But going back here, like, would it? I don't know how I'd get it there. Is that select the filter to get plans where the parent is nil, it returns? Yeah, it is. But even that I don't understand because it doesn't appear in the database as far as we can tell. Ugh. I mean, I think we're looking at the right stuff. This folder, this file is definitely growing, so it seems to be the one participating in what we're doing. My fear is that, like, does it use these jointly? So it says, oh, I want to find something. I'll look in SQLite. If it's not there, I'll look in SQLite wall. Okay, let me copy that. I said it wasn't in SQLite form, but we don't know that. We could find that out. Oh. I don't know. Is it empty? No. If I shut down the app, it should complete the transactions. Yeah, that's the thing it didn't seem to do. So, are you saying do this to shut it down? I mean, I've sat here talking for more than 30 seconds if it took the autosave to do it. All right. Not changed. Okay, let's. Is it because it's not bindable? My new item? Wall should be applied when you close the connection. Shutting down should close the connection. I hope so. All right, let's see. I changed this, right, to 4, but we haven't restarted. Okay. Let's restart. I mean, even if it doesn't, did you try to delete the application from a simulator? No, we haven't done that. That's an idea. Okay, let's see if we get anything from this extended debug thing. People are still there. Okay, this has changed. Yeah, journal mode is wall. Yeah, journal file. Okay. That's select from plan. It gets 1 row. All right, let's do an insert. Good old keyboard complaints. Select, use temp tree for order by. Z name. Okay, nothing happened. We hit create. Okay, lots happened. Okay. Model configuration seems reasonable enough, I guess. Insert into ZK. Oh, here we go. 3211 326. Oh, primary key entity something auto something parent. Is that 0123 Z parent? Is 1. I don't know what that means. Z name, CID, yep. Z name, Z monthly, blah, blah, blah. 01 months, years, months, 21, unchanged. Stream and or. Type is stream. What I call it, S3276, okay. And 326. Okay, so it's got the stream information. Yeah, that should delete the... I mean, if you delete the app, it should take away all its data, right? Okay. Well, insert into a transaction. It's got children equals and it's got something. So that's interesting. It's got my finances, but only fetches one row. Well, that should only fetch one row, I guess. It's the insert. Oh, golly. Okay. Delete the simulator. Yeah, let's try that. Oops. Delete app, remove from home screen, yeah. Okay, so we still have content view. Okay, so it should create my finances. People should be empty. This should be empty. Okay, create an entry. Create. Okay, insert. How about into plan? Okay, insert into Z plan. All this stuff with S331 seems good. Is this succeeding? Update or fail. Z plan set Z opt equals question mark. Where's ZPK and Z opt? Generating max PK. Entity ID. I mean, I'm guessing it it looks like it's creating transaction entries for everything I create. I don't know if it's capturing everything in there. And commit. Okay, so commit says write to the database, right? Okay. Get the max key. I don't know what that's doing. Remote change says all this stuff. Select from Z plan. One row where parent is null. That is good. And that seems to say nullable works. Okay. So now we're going to close this, restart it. And when I open this, we'll consistently be blown up. Here we go again. Okay, on the same place. All right. Now we can see what's going on though. Okay. Plan select stuff from Z plan where PK equals something. Fault fulfilled from database. That's hard to understand. Here's S331. Fetch an eddy plan with SQL text select 0 T0 from Z plan where T whatever. 0 rows. Okay. Let's see. A known bug in Swift data. Remove stream assignment from initializer. You can move assignment to a static action. Make stream master plans created. Oh, geez. Huh. Okay. Well, thank you for finding that. Move assignment to a static function make stream right after the plan object is created. Okay. But I think, oh, stream. Right? These are not optional. So the optional is in our plan object. All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and try and decode and see if we can twiddle how we're creating the plan. And yeah, we'll try that, see if we can find a workaround for this bug. I guess in a way, if it is that bug, yeah, okay. Kind of hard to me that, well, surprising, but not. Okay, 3 or 4 minutes. We'll come back, see what we can do. All right, thanks. All right, welcome back. Let's see. Coordinate only for UIKit. I doubt that. But I think the problem is there's so much stuff going on with these other tables, right? There's the A changes and A transactions, and there was a couple others. I don't know if I can imitate that well enough to intermix. So I think we'll try Eric's idea, kind of his earlier suggestion, really, of not having an optional stream in plan. I mean, there's no harm in it as long as we override it. Now let's see, make stream plan of stream. Okay. Okay, so I guess this would be, we'll define it to have a default. And I'm just going to give it a goofy name. not those streams, were my streams. Name and monthly amount, and I guess unchanged. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what this is. Let's um well, I could just do static var. Okay. Okay. And then um so I don't know, should I move this assignment down into make stream? I'm not even sure make stream is that helpful. Um, but I think that's okay like that. Do you think? I mean, that gives us the non-nullable stream. Okay, and yeah, I don't think there's a lot of places that'll look at it. Apparently, there's a few. We'll say that's actually a migration error. Yep. Okay. So let's kill that. Delete the app. Should be empty. Okay. Let's create one. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is, well, let's see. Select all this stuff where parent is null. where parent is null. Okay, there's an ignored on parent null. Okay, explain query select. Now, is that my insert? Oh, here's my insert. Now this is ignored. 3, 4, 5. I don't understand why that's still ignored. But you're right. It looks promising so far. I mean, it didn't migrate, but it does do that. Okay, so now if I close and I restart, and I look, oh, well, wait a minute. That's fine, but we're still blowing up in here. Yeah, look. They say redundant type annotation 3 times in one sentence. Okay. But, so select 0, which basically ignores it, and primary key from zplan, where zplan something equals, got 0 rows with values. So it is like the other, yeah, it's crashing on the stream. I'm wondering if maybe the problem is it did not automatically fill in that relationship like I expected it to. I thought you would get a complaint on that. Create stream view. Try to remove the assignment out from the init. Okay, we could do that. Well, the name didn't give us any trouble, right? I guess we can pass just the name. Okay, so let's. And we may have to delete and reset because we got a bad thing in there now. Yeah. Okay. It might clash with the model macro. Oh, which, sorry, what do you think might clash? I guess we can keep the stream as optional. Well, yeah, we can try putting it back if, depending what happens. Okay. Now this should not be a problem. Okay, so I will add something to it. I guess I'm being dyslexic here. 51. Okay, should be safe. Okay. Close. Well, I think it's still going to fail. Boom. Okay. Init might be handling with the. Yeah. Let's do a stream of. So I'm going to take this out. Optional stream, but without side assignment. Okay, let's try that. Plan. So you think make stream is okay? Like this still? And this guy's sort of maintaining the constraint. There was another place, wasn't there? Yes. Okay, and I think I better delete it because that was too dramatic of a change in structure for it before. Okay, so we'll run. Create a new one. Create. He's there. Run again. And okay, so that booms. All right, but the queries here make me think if we should try and set that relationship manually in here. I know. Okay, so all right, I'm going to take that out. Right, so we have parent. Should I insert this? I wonder about moving this down. And we still, the other question would be, should we do parent dot children dot append new plan? Okay, that's the part that's missing. But I'm wondering if, like, we just have to create this thing, insert it and create it, and then it'll automatically modify these things. It'll maintain the relationships, I hope. Okay. Again, I think we're gonna have to clean out the database. Yeah, I know. Well, some of this is if we had started with Swift data in mind and knew what we were doing, or at least I knew what I was doing, because it's certainly true that I don't. If we had started that way, like we originally had a pretty elaborate hierarchy, right, with three or four, you know, no or classes going on in a protocol, and it was fine as composite objects go. But we spent a day kind of unraveling that, and it was probably a day or so to develop it. And maybe we could have started off with something that fit this model better in the first place. I do think nested trees in containers is probably as complicated as most stuff gets. But it's certainly not as easy as I was hoping. I mean, honestly, I was hoping we'd finish it in one day last week, finish both person and plan, and that did not happen because we were on 3 days this week. Okay, so the new version of this is try creating the plan, get the plan completely made with a nil parent, and then force this after the insert so it's working in real terms. Okay. I don't know if that's it, of course. All right, so we've done this. Let's take the app out. Too much of this. I mean, it does feel like we're close. Like the stuff we're seeing in the dump here is, promising. I mean, it's selecting stuff we kind of would think it selects. All right. So we'll run first time run. Yeah. Okay. Create some data. All right. Okay, and we see it here. Now, close this. Run it again. After you've inserted the new plan, does the changes apply later? Update the DB. It's supposed to, yeah. And it's on autosave, but then we do a save manually, so it's supposed to be there. Oh, it just worked for once. Nope. What is going on here while we do it? PlanListView. Protocol witness for bind. View.body.getter. UI collection view. It's back into main. Try and make stream a model. I don't know what's that going to give it. I mean, I'm willing to try it. I'm I'm running out myself. Okay, but right, annotation to many relationship fault. That suggests to me that children is not added in. Okay, so let me try adding children in. I guess I do have that in mind here. Okay, so my claim is, well, my assumption was setting the parent, because of that inverse relationship, should have added it to the children, but maybe I should be doing parent dot children dot append new plan. Now, I don't know. He's a bindable. Yeah, and that children has to be optional because outline group wants it that way. Self is immutable. Why are you talking about self? Let's do that. If there are children, append it. Well, that's not going to help. Okay. If parent.children equals nil, okay. Something like that. Okay, this could help because we will need to call model context insert stream explicitly before creating plan. But, well, if you do that, like I don't see the difference because if something's a struct, right, isn't that, I mean, it's codable. It can just take that as a blob in whatever sense and stick it in the field, and it doesn't care what it is. It kind of treats. I mean, I think of it as treating an int as it. It doesn't care if it's an int or a complicated structure, but in the end, every leaf of that struct is codable or primitive, and it all gets kind of flattened into one thing. Is how I understand it. But yeah, let me pursue this one. Now, what I don't know is if this should be done or done after or before. And then we do a save. Okay. And whatever we have is junk, so we're going to delete it again. Delete app. Okay. Didn't look like it deleted. What's going on? Remove app. Okay, I'm going to quit this simulator. Interesting. Delete all data doesn't. Okay. All right, where are you going? Okay. Now, okay, that should be empty. This should be empty. No. Okay, it wasn't. Delete app. Delete. What's going on? Move app. Is it because it's running? There. Okay, you're right. Okay, let's run that again. All right, this is empty. Good. Add. Okay, this should be fine. We will quit. Run it again. Okay. Too many relationship fault children for object ID. Okay, let's find the first occurrence of that. Z-plan where... Okay, parent is null. Where 2Z parent equals something. Well, I think this is the core complaint here. Annotation, too many relationship fault children for object ID. Is there a zero to many? I don't know what that would mean. Usually you have one to many or many to many, or one to one. But zero to many, like you don't have any of these and you still have some of these, that's kind of person for us, is unrelated. Annotation, too many relationship fault children for object ID. Okay, let's... Yeah, I think this is... Maybe it's... Well... What's parent? I don't know what this is. Is that the UID? Got one row. Okay, let's... Is it the stream plan with no children that crashes? I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's getting... It says it's getting a row back. And the only row that's in there right now is the My Finances. But unfortunately, that outline group wants optional. It wants an optional child field because it wants to distinguish an empty folder from a leaf, from a file, in effect, if it were in the file domain. But okay, so my next clawing idea, maybe we take that annotation off and we just enforce it in software and just say, whenever we create a child, we're going to append it to the list of the parent, and we're going to set the pointer on that node to the parent's plan, and then I don't know if we can fetch it that way. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the outline group. Plan 221 ID this. I don't know what 221 is. Stream equals stream. Bind 20 parent equals. And this 2 seems very odd to me. In plan where plan T0 parent equals with values. Okay, let me do a search on this. Many relationship failed on the one side of this coordinated normal behavior. Many children from many parents. The relationship fault does not fire if I don't set it as the integer. I know you're not supposed to set both sides. Okay. Stream plan with no children that crashes. I'm not sure. It seems to be when you open it, like it's probably trying to get the first child. Now, maybe this is not prepared to deal with optionals. I don't know. That seems weird. All right. So, but that definitely failed. Okay. So let's. Fingers here. Okay, let's try mucking with plan. I'm going to take this relationship inverse off. Yeah, unfortunately, that's yeah, it goes back to outline group, and maybe we'll get rid of that at some point here. PlanListView. I'm pretty sure this requires a nullable child. Yeah, so it wants a writable key path E to C question mark. And I don't think, I'll take it off, and I think outline group will complain. Okay, build. Where's outline group? Well, I mean, from our side, I don't mind an empty list. Core doesn't like no. Yeah, there's the change. It can't do to an array of, okay, I don't know where all these things were. Okay, let's make sure that builds. Core doesn't like nil and too many relationships. All right, so this attempt is take this off. Oh, golly. Let me capture that. No, we haven't written any to-dos today. Pitiful. Okay, should plan be bindable? Okay. I would just say converted plan to be bindable. We've done that. Converted plan to be bindable. And not update possibilities. We don't know what that's about. Maybe figure out persistence. That's what we're up to. Okay. But let's try list instead of outline group and see if we can avoid plan optional in plan. Okay, I that's the idea I don't want to lose. This one is try manually software maintained relationship inverse for parent and children in plan. Okay. Of course, doesn't like nil and minimum. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so we've deleted it. I've taken out this relationship, and our stream view still accepts that it could be nil and deals with it. But it has responsibility for these things and then saves, rather than relying on one side or the other to do the stuff. Okay, so let's run. We'll add one. S420. Create. It's there in memory anyway. We quit. We run again. And we look. Does it work with the query without relations? Well, in a sense, yes, because we this is what we're maintaining, right? That the my finances has parent equal nil, and the created streams set the parent to the newly created thing. Now, there is. I'm not gonna remember where we saw that. There was something about. Yeah, there was something about save giving updating the IDs, or maybe it was insert. One of the two could update the IDs. I still just wonder if it's in the database. But, I think, saying it doesn't like the nil there, then maybe that's just what's getting us. Okay. But it's not, I don't think it's the stream per se. I think it's the children. Okay. So what's that leave for next? Still dies when trying to reconstitute children in under my finances. Maybe it's persisted. That feels wrong to me for what it's worth. But on the other hand, maybe I was trying to do the wrong one, because like if I say, oh, if you set your parent, you had to be a child, but does that mean you belong on the beginning, the end, or the middle? How would it know? And almost think like this is the way. We had another page in here. He had common errors. Let's just make sure none of those sound like what we're seeing. Circular reference on relationship. Yeah, so don't try and put relationship on both sides. Edit the student. Okay. Could not locate entity. Yeah. Okay, we're not getting bad access. We're getting some other system break. You have a school model with an array of students. If you create a school and then add students, there's a problem. Do you insert this school and all the students, just the school, or just the students? So it automatically inserts related data. It's enough to insert the school object with all the children in it. Okay. Unmoored. Yeah, that describes me. All right. Not really helping there. Okay, so the only other gap in it's like maybe I've got a Swift data save. Okay, here's something about that. You get temporary IDs. The object has been saved for the first time, it's temporary. So if we have house with address, house, insert, house, save. Okay, okay. Make sure it's saved before you read the ID. I don't think we're dealing with the IDs per se. All right, this seems important. So it's been saved the first time. That sort of argues for save right here. I'm going to duplicate it for now. We definitely need to clean this up, but okay. All right, let's try to run this one more time. I think tomorrow's attempt will be, let's switch over to list and try and get rid of this plan question mark. I think that's going to be the best we can do. And if that's not working, I'm not sure what to do. This is not hard, you know. And we have all these codable objects. I swear we could just, you know, make the other 2 or 3 objects codable and write them out as a JSON file and read it back in, and we could have done that in less than four sessions, put it that way. All right, delete first, stop. Yeah. Okay, so this one, the changes we're saving after the insert to try and make sure the updates are updating on the proper ID. Okay, and we'll run. I feel like we've trashed so much. I should have created an explicit playground spike or a separate app or something, and built my understanding of Swift data a little better before that. But like you, I'm not impressed with ease of use here. All right, it should be there. Oh. Okay. Close that. Run it again. Open the thing and blow up. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, we'll start with your idea of not making plan nullable. And I don't know, we've trashed quite a bit of the app going through this, but I really am kind of running out of ideas on this. And unless we have some great insight between now and tomorrow, we'll try this. If this doesn't work, I'm going to switch to JSON persistence. We'll just write it to a file when you click save and read it when you open, and that'll be the way of it. All right. Thanks for this today. This stuff is super challenging for me. I'd be a week behind without all your help, so I appreciate it so much. So have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time, 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC, and see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.